Alrighty folks, coming at you guys today with the last bit of meta-analysis that we want to do in the version 1.3.2 patch, which is the current patch that we're on. I put out, a little over a week ago, this full version 1.3.2 tier list. I will link that video below in the description if you want to check it out as I was placing these heroes. I was placing some of the top and bottom tier heroes based off of their Omeda City predecessor heroes page statistics. So you see we had Chimera, Shinbi, Sparrow in the top, and then Sevrog, Morgesh, and Wraith in the bottom, and then 3 tiers to delineate in the middle. Go check out that tier list if you want to see me talk about each of these heroes and where I placed them and why. That was about a little over 1 week into the version 1.3.2 patch. Now we are closer to 3 weeks in, and the 1.4 reveal live stream should actually be today. So I will link that Twitch announcement or the announcement on X or Twitter to the Twitch live stream below as well if you want to check that out. It may have already happened by the time you're watching this, but they do leave it up so you can watch it again. We'll probably record some reactions to that video as well. But here we are on the predecessor heroes page on Omeda City. This is where you can pull all of the pick rate and win rate statistics from across both ranked games and standard games. So this is a very helpful tool. I have also finally linked my actual profile and Twitch page to my Omeda City account, and I've already put up a Skylar build, so I'll link the Skylar build in the description as well. I think we're going to do builds on here from now on because it seems like the best resource to get these builds to people and gives you a nice platform to do in-depth build descriptions, extra items, leveling order, and all that stuff, and tracks your in-game statistics. So I've done a lot of breakdown here of the Skylar build. I'll link it in the description like I said, but this is what we want to talk about today, closing out our discussion of the 1.3.2 meta. Where did heroes fall? Where are the best pick rate heroes sitting, best win rate heroes sitting? Who are we looking at? So first off, let's go through. I play in Plat. I think Plat is, if you look at these statistics here, oh, that's not the right statistics. These statistics here, it shows the ranked distribution and how many games are getting played in each rank, how many players are in each rank. So you can see that gold is definitely the peak. It's kind of the middle of the bell curve for where there's the most amount of players. We play in Plat 2. This is kind of the upper end of the player base, and then once you get into Diamond and Paragon, it is a very small percentage of players. So we tend to use Plat as our kind of baseline for what heroes are good and bad. Obviously, certain heroes perform better in Bronze than they do in Gold. Certain heroes perform better in Paragon than they do in Gold because of the skill level of the general player base in those ranks. So generally we look at ranked Plat games as kind of the mid to upper tier. We also look at the all ranks category quite a bit and the Paragon rank category quite a bit just to get an idea of where the top heroes are. If there's a hero you want to get good at and climb ranks, they may perform well in Paragon. If you're in Silver right now and you're trying to get into Gold, go onto this Omeda City Heroes page and take a look at Gold and take a look at win rates and pick rates and decide who you want to look at as to get better with to climb the ranks. But we're going to focus mainly on Plat today. So let's go through and talk about, first off, the top win rate heroes. Rampage has actually excelled into a clear winner for top pick or top win rate in Plat. If you look at some of the other categories like Diamond, he will still be up here for the most part over 51%. If you look at all rank, he will still be well over the 51% margin, but it seems like in Plat right now he is the clear standout for highest win rate with a pretty respectable pick rate as well at 20%. Is definitely gives you a good sample size. So Rampage, Zinx, Iggy, Chimera, Sparrow, Grux, Shinbi, Gideon, all right here above the 51% win rate margin. That's kind of standard deviation Over 51%, kind of where it's something significant. These guys that are like between 50 and 51, you know, Bellica through Gadget here, they're good heroes, but they're not like statistically significantly better. Somebody like Rampage, who's at over 55% win rate, is a good indication that Rampage is pretty strong. I can agree with that. I have a lot of good games with Rampage right now, and can definitely recommend him in the jungle. If you're not used to playing Rampage, or you haven't given him a try, definitely play him right now. It seems like you can provide good value to your team, whether you're ahead or behind. You have a lot of good build options, whether you want to pick up Rapture, whether you want to go full tank Overlord build, whether you want to mix in some damage. You have good crest options. You can even start Feather on him and try to scale for the late game better by stacking up some gold. So highly recommend Rampage. Zinx, of course, been a consistent support as long as she's been out. Iggy, kind of surprising to see Iggy with this high of a win rate right now, but Iggy can be a pain to play into, and he can give your team better options securing jungle objectives and defending towers particularly. So I think because of those reasons, Iggy leads to more game wins. If he secures your team 1 or 2 extra fangs and he can solo hold off an inhibitor defend against maybe 3 attackers or 2 attackers in the mid to late game, that can definitely bring your team more wins. Chimeras and Sparrow both still up here in the tier list that we made. We had them as top performers because they are getting picked quite a lot and winning quite a lot of games. I don't know what the deal is with Sparrow. If you look at all rank win rates, Sparrow has been up here for quite some time as the top win rate hero in all ranks. I think that's because people in bronze and silver just tend to delete with her if they're hitting autos. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that, but that's you know, just how it is right now. Going back to Plat, let's look at the bottom win rates. I think it's going to be some familiar names. Sevrog, Seraph, Wraith, Rev, Decker. Sevrog, Seraph, Wraith, these are some of the lower win rate heroes that we saw last time when we looked at this doing our tier list. Wraith obviously can carry games. Seraph definitely can carry games. Sevrog for sure can carry games. You've probably seen games where your team either has a Sevrog, Seraph, or Wraith, and you absolutely just get swept, or you sweep with these heroes on your team. So I don't know if it's just something about these heroes need to be played in the right hands more than anything, or what. Seraph, obviously you want to play very close to the limit on Seraph to get the most out of her. Wraith is just a difficult hero to play in general, but if you are good with them, you can carry hard. And Sevrog, you got to concentrate a lot to get those stacks going, and can have a slow early game depending on who you're up against, but can be the tankiest hero in the game late game. So that's, you know, where it goes there. All of them actually having a pretty mid-range pick rate as well. So these are not the lowest pick rate heroes, but they are the lowest win rates right now in Plat. Of course, if we go to look at ranked, all ranks or something, you're going to see Wraith at the bottom, but you're not going to see Seraph at the very bottom, nor will you see Sevrog at the very bottom anymore. So this is just something about how heroes play in different ranks. If we look at Paragon specifically and look at the bottom win rates, you will of course see heroes like Morgesh, Aurora, Greystone, Skylar, who are very difficult heroes to play against at the lower ranks, but if your team is focusing them like they should be, or playing around them, or saving their cleanses for them, then you can deal with them easier. And you do not see the Seraph, Wraiths, or Sevrogs here, so it's just something about Plat. That's what we're seeing right now at the top. Kind of some familiar names with Rampage rising to the very top. Grux and Shinbi, still very strong. I think Shinbi, this is the strongest Shinbi has been in a long time. I tend to have a lot of good matches in solo lane with her right now. Grux, you know how I feel about Grux. Have some self-respect and don't play him if you're good at this game. If you don't know how to play this game and you're coming from Marvel Rivals, hop onto Grux and you will probably win the majority of your solo lane games still, with that ridiculous pick rate showing you how many people are taking advantage of how easy Grux is to play. And then again, looking at the bottom, beyond the Sevrog, Seraph, Wraith, we've got Revenant, who's kind of understandable to be down here. He is hard to get the best value with, but you can get out of control with him pretty easily and carry your game late if the other carry just isn't as good as you. Decker and Skylar, I am kind of surprised to see down here in Plat, because it seems like Decker almost always provides good value to the team, and Skylar is one of the easier and safer carries to play, so I really wouldn't expect to see these guys this low in the win rate tier. They both obviously have a pretty high pick rate because people like playing Decker, people like playing Skylar. These are fun heroes. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. I like both these heroes and would recommend them to newer players and more experienced players. So interesting to see them falling to such a low win rate. Morgesh, a lot of people may be surprised to see her this low, but it's simply because she does not have CC. If you're getting dominated by a Morgesh, it means that your team's not playing around their CC or targeting the Morgesh, because Morgesh just offers pure damage, which can be oppressive if she gets ahead early, but she doesn't have a stun or anything, so she isn't that hard to deal with if you can get used to dealing with her. Really high pick rate for her because, especially bronze, silver, gold, you'll see a lot of Morgeshes dominate your games where people are not prepared to just zone around and dodge her hives and stuff, which are where her damage is coming from. So Muriel down here, Twin Blast down here, Narbash down here, these are understandable. These are heroes that you rarely see getting extremely good value, but can still perform well. So that's just what we're seeing. If we look at pick rates in Plat, you're going to see some of the same stuff we've been seeing for a while. Grux slightly edging out Murdoch. Murdoch was the highest pick rate hero for a long time in all ranks and in Plat, but Grux is back despite the Rapture nerfs and the general health item nerfs. Still getting picked a ton in both jungle and solo because he's so easy to play. Murdoch getting picked a lot because he has a lot of good utility as a carry. The cross map ult is very satisfying to hit, and he does a lot of damage. His passive is still good, so he still can carry games. Having over a 50% pick rate and win rate similar to Grux is a good indicator that this is still a very strong hero with a big game pool to pull from. Getting that over 50% is still impressive. Steel, not too surprising to see his pick rate this high because people are playing him in solo lane, people are playing him in support, people will occasionally play him in jungle. So he getting played around that many places is going to lead to a higher pick rate. He's not getting banned as much as he was either, in favor of like Yin bans or Skylar bans and stuff like that. Even Bellica and Chimera bans I've seen recently. So a low win rate, which is surprising because he is a very easy hero to play and get good value for your team with, but an exceptionally high pick rate because of all the locations he's being played. Chimera is still the highest pick rate jungler. He's been like that for a while. He's consistent through all the ranks as well, so I can still definitely recommend Chimera with that high win rate. Bellica, again, a hero that's getting picked in multiple roles, whether it's support or mid, and doing very well. Check out my recent Bellica mid lane gameplay in ranked, where we built double stacks on her and just absolutely carried out of mid lane. She has that late game potential to carry games, and just a very good support, very consistent right now. Very good mid laner too to counter a lot of other mid laners with her consistent CC with the knock-up. So that's what we're seeing. Top pick rates. Bottom pick rates, it's kind of what you would expect. Kallari, kind of lackluster right now. A lot of people I think will try Kallari and realize that it's harder than it looks to get good value with her. Narbash, another one of those where you've got to play him pretty well to get better value on him than you can just get on a Morn or a Steel or a Richter. So, and you can't really play him too many places other than support. You can try to play him solo, but it's just really not that great. And then Grim, kind of understandable, a low pick rate because a lot of magical solo laners and junglers are being played right now, so taking another magical damage hero into carry role where you may need that physical damage to really balance your team out, it doesn't seem like a good pick a lot of times. And he lacks, mobility and safety and stuff unless you're really good with the bubble, so understandable that not that many people want to play him. Also a low win rate. Gadget, low pick rate. There's just a lot of good mids to go around. I don't think Gadget is a lot of people's favorite, but still an over 50% win rate, so you got to give that to her. Yin, kind of the same way, pretty difficult to play, so not a lot of people are hopping onto her, but does have really good late game carry potential. And some of these stats may be kind of skewed because she's getting banned so much. So this pick rate may be higher if she wasn't getting banned as much. It's just kind of like a must-ban hero the majority of games right now. So that's what we're seeing in Plat. That's what the meta's looking like. Again, if you're not in Plat or you're in Diamond or whatever it is, come check out this Predecessor Heroes page and look through these statistics for yourself. Go and take a look at the rank that's above you and look at the win rates and pick rates. Diamond and Paragon particularly usually have a lot of weird stuff going on in them because it is such a small game base to pull from. I mean, if you're looking at these pick rate matches, these pick rate statistics, we've got Murdoch at 52, almost 52.5 pick rate, but it's on a very small match sample because there's just not that many games being played. Like I said, after you get past Plat, it's a very small player base going into Diamond and Paragon, so keep that in mind. You can come in here if you're playing not that many ranked games. If you're playing more standard games, you can come in here and check out the standard match statistics. I think the ranked statistics are a better indicator of which heroes are actually good and bad because it's more serious players, more serious builds getting built, and you've got the ban phase to kind of take out the absolute top end. So would recommend anyone who's curious to come in here and check this out. Up here, these top graphs, you've got win rate trends since the previous patch before the one that you're on. So we can look at here, like if we look at Plat, we can see going from version 1.3 to version 1.3.2, we've had big win rate rises in Argus, Zarus, Quang. Of course, Quang was in a bad place. Aurora, Sevrog, even though he's still one of the lower win rates, he has gotten better. Gideon and Bellica, and then we've seen big fall-offs in like the Fae because she got those nerfs, Morn because he got fixed and got some nerfs, Yin because she got nerfed, Grux got nerfed, Kira, not really sure why Kira would be falling. I think people are just playing a bunch of carries, and carries are kind of all similar right now. Howie kind of falling, which is interesting. Something to do with why this Iggy is rising, most likely would cause that. And then Greystone and Seraph obviously falling because CC is so important right now, and health items in general got nerfed. So come check out these statistics. Come look at the win rates and pick rates. You can learn a lot from them. Definitely don't feel discouraged if you come here and you sort by win rate and you say, man, Sevrog's my favorite hero and he has the lowest win rate right now. Should I stop playing him? No, you shouldn't stop playing him. If you're good with him, you're still good with him. You can still carry games with these bottom-ranked heroes. Just keep in mind that when you see some of these heroes on your team, on average, now that's on average across all matches, they are going to give your team less value and less of a chance of winning. Just meaning that there's less players that are particularly good with these heroes or good enough to carry your games like you sometimes will see. So probably shouldn't be banning any of these lower ranked heroes for that reason, because it's less likely that they have a really good player to play those heroes on their team. But come in here, check out these statistics. If you don't use Omeda City in general, it is a very strong website for, like I said, builds. You can come in here and check out all sorts of hero builds. You can sort by popularity, sort by the latest builds. You can come in here and link your profile as well to your account on Predecessor or on Twitch or on Discord, and you can make builds for yourself, either to help share your build ideas with others or to just keep track of the builds that you prefer. So that is going to do it for the end of our meta analysis for version 1.3. Like I say, version 1.4 reveal should be coming out today via a live stream on Twitch. I expect the patch notes to be coming out later this week, so we may do both a reveal reactions video and a patch notes video prior to the patch going live. I'm expecting the patch to go live Tuesday March 4th. That could not be the case. We could get it another week after that, but we'll just have to wait and see what they say in the version 1.4 reveal. Everybody's excited for it. It's going to be a big patch for sure. Come check us out in the lives where we're streaming about every evening on YouTube, running Predecessor games and having a great time with friends and viewers. And we will catch you on the next one. I'm actually about to go probably hop on Twitch right now and run some ranked matches. So thanks for stopping by. We will catch you on the next one.